Good evening. Um, Welcome to the Winterville Human Relations Board meeting for Thursday, December 18th, 2025. This meeting is being called to order. At this time, I am going to ask Councilwoman Robertson if she could um, do the invocation for our meeting, please.
Good evening. Let us pray. Our Heavenly Father, we first give thanks. We pause to give thanks for the things that you blessed our community with. We thank you for this board and the work that they've done to try to build bridges in our community, to make sure that everyone feels accepted and welcome in our community. We ask that you keep us in that mode, keep us thinking in that way, and keep us walking in that way. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. And now our next item is Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Again, I'd like to welcome all of the board members to our December Human Relations Board meeting for December, which is the 18th, a few short days before Christmas. I would like to welcome those that are watching us as well as those that are present here tonight. The next item on the agenda would be to go ahead and take the attendance of the board members. So when I call your name, if you could acknowledge by saying you are present, that will be a formal attendance, and then we will acknowledge any absences or excused absences. Starting from my left, Mrs. Leary.
Present.
Mrs. Gregory.
Present.
I'm present. Ms. Hawkins.
I'm here as well.
And Vice Chair Carmen said she's present. And Mr. Bottoms.
Present.
Liaison Councilwoman Robertson.
Here.
And so all that are present have been acknowledged as present. Town Clerk Harvey, can you please share who's absent?
Yes, members Daniels and Roach have asked for excused absences.
Okay, we will acknowledge that request for their excused absences from our meeting. Thank you so much. Next item is the approval of the agenda. If we can quickly look over the agenda, and then I'll pose a motion for the approval. All right. If that was enough time, can I have a motion for the approval of tonight's agenda?
I would like to make a motion that the agenda for tonight's meeting be approved. Second.
Okay, we have a motion made by Mrs. Gregory and seconded by Vice Chair Carmen. Can I have a show of hands to acknowledge or to in favor of the motion for the approval of the agenda? All present board members have raised their hand in favor, and the motion have been approved for the agenda. Next item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes, and I defer to Town Clerk Harvey.
Minutes were provided in the agenda packet and would ask the November 20, 2025 minutes to be approved.
We're going to give the board members just a second to review it once again, if you have not.
Mr. Harvey, are there no hard copies available? Are there any hard copies?
Not any at this point in what I.
Okay, all right, thank you.
So we're gonna take a minute or so to peruse, look through the agenda, the minutes. As we don't have any hard copies. So in looking at the minutes, and this is kind of odd, but I'm going to go ahead and go through with it. But looking at the agenda, in the section for the comments of the board members, it was shared in the minutes that I did express some concerns with regards to the recommendations for my daughter, and just a gist of the conversation. In the portion where it is noted as Council Liaison Robertson responded, and then it also says that she said in a future meeting that she would be recommended again. I did not recall that. I don't know if any other board members or Liaison Robertson, did you recall? I don't recall that being said. And so I can't, that is unreadiness. I don't know if any of the other board members, if y'all heard that, please advise.
Are the minutes supposed to be word for word? Or is it
Well,
kind of summaries of things that were mentioned?
Yes, so the minutes do not have to be exact word for word, but they do supposed to summarize the contents of the conversation, not anything that was not content of the conversation. And so with me reviewing this, I don't believe that that was the content of the conversation. And so that is why I'm asking the board, because other board members were present or somebody, and if not, we could have unreadiness and then ask Town Clerk Harvey to go back and revisit or, because I don't know if he recorded it or how did that come about?
They're recorded on YouTube and then transcribed from the recording into the written minutes. Are you speaking, where exactly are you speaking to in the minutes?
So I'm looking at comments from the board meeting. There are two paragraphs. One captures what Chair Hawkins, myself raised, and then one captures what Councilwoman Robertson raised, and it is the last or the final sentence, and that she would be recommended again. This is not what I heard, and so with looking at this, that is the only thing on the agenda, and that is a critical piece. And so that is why I'm asking the other board members, did they hear that? Did they, and I don't want to take up a lot of time, but when you approve minutes, it is saying this is what occurred. This is legally binding. Am I correct?
To be honest, I don't remember because it was last month, so I don't know if there's specific wording that was used, so I'm not sure where to go from here. I can't say yes or no.
So what I will do, I'm gonna give another second or two, if no other board members, anybody want to say anything? I'm gonna say, and I don't know how that goes, on readiness in terms of the minutes, I'm gonna ask that Town Clerk Harvey go back and revisit YouTube video and/or recording to capture that conversation, because that is not what I heard. That's just me.
Are
And
you
so-
questioning what portion of that sentence? The final sentence
So
in that paragraph?
I'm questioning, the statement was not made that says Chair Hawkins okay. It says Chair Hawkins. And let me just say, this is why we're on a board. So I'm reading it on the phone. We don't have physical copies. And it says, Chair Hawkins indicated that she would invite her daughter to speak during public comment at a future meeting, and she would be recommended again. I don't recall saying I would recommend her again. I do recall saying that she would be invited to speak at public comment and share how she feels. Again, yeah, okay. So, and then that is why I was airing on other board members to see if they could recall. But I'm gonna leave it as it is. I'm going
I
to
will be
leave,
glad to review them and bring them back at the future meeting.
please do so. Thank you.
And you are questioning and that she would be recommended again
Yes.
portion of that sentence.
Yes, and I will gladly also review the YouTube. I don't recall me saying that. I recall
I
saying
would
other.
emphasize that this is a summary of what was said, but I will go back and, I mean, this does not state verbatim what was said at the meeting. As I think someone else stated earlier, they are not verbatim minutes, but they are summaries of what was said. And I will check that and bring them back at the next meeting.
Thank you so kindly.
Mr. Harvey, I just have a question. Going forward, will we be responsible to print the agenda? I just need to know, because trying to navigate my phone.
Well,
I just want.
I typically have distributed them with the agenda packet, as I did this time, but if it's your desire to also have a copy of those at your seat that night, I will do that also.
Yes, going
you.
forward, that would be great.
Okay.
I appreciate that.
Okay, thank you so much. And so, as it stands for the item of the approval of the minutes, there is some unreadiness in terms of the actual summary to that context. And so, like I say, Town Clerk Harvey will go back and review it and bring it back. So we will move on to the items for discussion. And we have Mr. Bang Lee here as a presenter or community member here to discuss the America 250 poem contest. He was invited by Councilwoman Robertson. Councilwoman Robertson, would you like to expound or introduce Mr. Bang Lee up to the podium?
I introduced this several meetings ago, this poetry contest that is, we are invited to participate in. And it was stated that they didn't have enough information. So I encourage each member of the board to pose your questions to Mr. Lee here tonight. He graciously agreed to come and share with us about this contest, and I think it's something very good. I think that we did vote to support it, but we didn't say how or whatever, you know. But we did agree to support this effort to recognize the 250th anniversary. So, if nothing else, Mr. Lee.
Do I have how much time? Okay. How much do I have a time?
A reasonable time for any presenter, I would say, would be up to about 10, 15 minutes. I think that's a reasonable time
Okay.
to share.
If it is possible, I do have this PowerPoint presentations, and so maybe understand it much easier for you guys. Is that possible or
No,
not?
that's not. The town does not allow thumb drives or that type thing
I
to
see.
be put into our computers unless they're presented to us and we run them through
Okay.
the
Ah.
device to make sure that there's nothing against the fact that you
Okay.
have, but we've
Okay.
had problems with some others in the past. And that would, you know, now maybe at a future meeting or something, if you could provide that in advance, and then
Okay.
we can handle that.
Okay.
Could you email that to, email it to us, and then we distribute it, Mr. Harvey? Mhm. And then it could be distributed to everybody on the board.
Okay.
So while that is taking place in terms of, Mr. Lee, you can leave that, but we would love for you to present
Yes.
what you have, share what you have right now, and then
Okay.
we'll get the presentation later. Thank
Okay.
you.
I am going to talk about this something we are going to celebrate it here in America. Year 2026 will be 250 years of our big years for the celebration. So we like to do this Pitt County, we're doing it, this celebration about the America 250, year 2026 is a very unique way. So America 250 organizations are established from this federal government to this local government. It is right now, we are celebrating many different ways. However, this is a very unique way of we can celebrate, even the whole family can able to participate it, from the young children to adult together. What is the Dika poem? Dika poem is this digital picture, and also this connected into the 5 line or less of a poem. Because of this America 250s, we are celebrating history of America, last 250 years. However, we like to this representing it, this important, who made this America possible. We got to look at the history side of this America. We got to look at this people who making this America strong, and who making this America inclusive community, who making this America to be this livable place. So this we're going to be this topic is this history, people, and also places. And America has so many different beautiful places or meaningful places. Each individual has these meaningful places. We have 3 topics of history, people, places. So this any individual will be this taking pictures about the places or people or history aspect of it. For example, if it is we going into this, going to town common, they have this, we have this new building about this Sycamore Church building is there representing a history of a local. Anybody who take the picture of that building and then write about their impressions, less than 5 lines. And then this, we making it this, any impression, And this is like, for example, that building, it is representing of inclusive community of our city of Greenville or city of Pickett County. We are here to living together. It's something like that, the simple paragraphs of a poem, put it into it, history side of it. Or any individual take pictures of this person who work for the communities. So a person is who doing it, janitors working in some place to cleaning up, or some person who does in contractors, construction workers, making this our community to be this livable places, or nurses and doctors and teacher, any individual who making this America to be wonderful place. So you take pictures of the impression, you're writing a poem about it, less than 5 lines. And on this, and also that aspect of this goes to everything else, like it is something, our community is built in not only this white, not only black, not only for this yellow, but it's all coming together, representing of inclusive communities. So you take pictures of representing, so you write it about the inclusive communities. And it is, that's representing of people. And places, it's representing any way you go, like beautiful places. In North Carolina, we have this places beautiful, Outer Banks, and in this, even Pitt County, Greenville, Winterville, any place that has a meaningful, even farmland. And it can be this beautiful place for each individual. And you take pictures. Anything has to be this America. You take pictures about, write it about that your impression, what that farmland is representing to you, and write about less than 5 lines. So that's it, we're doing it. That is how we would like to recognize America last 250 years. Without the farmer, without the nurse and doctor, without you, without police officer, or this historian. And there's somebody like the Dr. Martin Luther King's, and or somebody, and it is making this America history side of it. Or somebody that's going into Washington, D.C., and this, you're going to take pictures of a museum and take the history side of it. Don't have to go to Washington, D.C., don't have to go to this any other place. Where locally this we can do it. Hopefully this our Pitt County is started together, even Winterville, we started together. Let the community to involve it. Let's celebrate it together, America 250, very unique way, history side of it, and then people, we remembering and all the people we had together, and also this remembering all the places together. So those 2 ways we are making a short sentence of it, okay? That, for example, one kid wrote about this Dika poem because it's digital camera. Every individual lately taking a cell phone. They have this way to take pictures, even children. They wait to take pictures. So they're going with the parents, take pictures. One kid wrote this statue of this very sharp, looks like a needle. And they take pictures, and he said this, so many hurting and sick people around us. And why we need, this around us, because of this, there's a big needle to healing and supporting, something like that. It is a little kid wrote it about it. Because anything is this little kids or adult. So we divided the division, children elementary level division, and the middle and high school level division, and then college to adult division. And we do have this categorize it. Each division, they can write it, poem, history side, people side, or they can choose whatever, and in places they want to take a picture, they write it about the short poem, and then put it in and submit it. And winners get this grand prize, get $1,000. And then, which is each division to even this, which is elementary level or middle school and high school level or college level, it's each division, this winners get this $500. And then everybody else, this we get this $300, $100, or recognition level of this award will be giving out. We're getting it right now as a sponsorship. We're getting it as a local sponsor. Anybody willing to sponsor, we're looking for sponsor. But so far, we got to this about $5,000 we raised it. And then possibly one company right now, I am negotiating, and if they are this willing to donate it, and then this, I think it is, we can raise another $5,000 easily. This company will be doing it to us. But this event is not for just for the Pitt County. We're just going to the statewide or even nationwide. And a very unique event is then people will see. I'm gonna just sending out all the information throughout this, my connection to nationwide. And then people will ask questioning about it. Where's the Pitt County hosting this kind of event? I'm sure they'll be questioning about it, but North Carolina will be hosting it. So we talk with the Pitt County Human Relations Council will be sponsoring and full endorse it. If we do Winterville, Human Relations Council can be endorsed and supported. It will be this great to do that. And we talk with this North Carolina America 250 government department. They are willing to endorse it. I already spoke with them too. And it's not this completely endorsed, but they are going to endorse it. They are right now discussing stages of it. And then I made it this appointment to see governors whether a word can be given with this name of the governors. Because most of the high school, middle school students who get this literature award from with the governor name, and it is a college reference, it would be great. Even if it is recognized and said it is a college reference, this is recognized by the governors, and this will be very outstanding way, because some people doing it science Olympiad or math, and they're competing in state level. And it is almost, we can be recognized that way. That way is that they get the plus point. So encouraging a lot of students to participate in this event. So that's this, we doing it, this America 250, we want to celebrate this way. And so this, I wanted this, let the name out and then let people to know about it. Will be this, we very much everything is prepared. Video is ready, and also this website is about ready. And this, we not get the official domain name, but this website is created, and this how to submit it, information is everything is ready to do it. Starting from the January, we just public announcement will be started. Starting from the February and March, we'll be accepting this older their this works, which is this their poetry works. There will be each person can able to submit it up to 3. And there's not more than 3, and they can able to this 3 of this pictures and this poetry this together as a one page. They can submit it, and then April, because February and March will be at doing it this collecting this all their job and their works, and then April will be this doing and judging, and I hope to be this Human Relations Commission in Pitt County this some lower level we're judging, and then we're going to advanced level judging is we're going to be inviting some of a college professor and professional writer to this judging this one, and then hope to do another this EP we do, we're making it about 3 to 5 different copies of this big poster. Award winner, this my goal is this, our goal is about 30 this what is it projects. 30 of these posters created, each individual's award, 30 nominees of posters created. If we hope to be this displayed here, City of Winterville, display in this Raleigh, display in Winterville, Greenville, and there's some different places we have exhibited. And then we talked to this possibly this doing it in Washington, D.C. too. And they said this, if you have this submittable, we submitted to Washington, D.C. that under the Capitol Hill has this, there's a local artwork and children's artwork and sent to there. If they get the permissions, then we get the permissions, we can able to display there. So this, I already spoke to them. They said there will be work with it. So those things, this is what we are going to do it. I hope to do, and May the 23rd, weekend of this Memorial Day weekend, we'll be giving it award presentation. And in June and July, would like to this exhibition different places. And that is our goal. Any
Thank
question?
you for explaining and expounding on the, explicitly on the Dika poem,
Yes, Dika.
Dika,
Yeah, Dika is a digital poem together,
Yes.
Dika poem. Yeah, yes.
contest.
Yeah, contest.
Thank you so much. I'm going to leave space for any board members who have a question.
Yes.
And then I have a few questions, and thank
Sure.
you so much.
Yes, ma'am. Any question?
Will you expound, how do you want us to get involved? Human Relations Council here in Winterville. How can we help with this project?
Number one is this, we hoping to this your endorsement, and which is supporting. Number two, this if you can able to do and provide these places for the exhibition, if we have selected it, and then helping us to promote it. And in this, if it is, I'm going to create the videos and website and things like that. If you is linked, you just generate with that, and then a local school level to, we can able to send out information. You can help and support to send out local, which is the schools and even churches. So, and also this, I was excited, this, we're starting with this prayer. To me, was it is very happy to see that. I'm also this part-time minister. Yes. It's this file is just so big, and something is this might not be easily sendable, especially videos. Okay.
Mr. Lee, I wanted to know if you had, once the contest begins in what I hear you say is February.
Officially, the submitting is February, but we're starting in January, so we'll be announcing. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so January?
Yes,
Okay.
starting from the January, so will be this officially this
Okay.
letting out. Yes.
Do you have, or will you make like little pamphlets? All of the information that you shared is very important and intricate, and once it is disseminated to maybe schools, to different organizations, like, are you planning on giving some sort of hard copy pamphlet that can go along with the information?
Right now, is this we have not considered this physical pamphlet, or this all down to this budget. So this Pitt County do not have this money to support it. So what I did is I promised the Pitt County Human Relations Council I will fundraise myself to support it, because it is America 250. Originally, they assigned this $10,000 to Pitt County. However, in the beginning, in this, I explained the first time, but first time they ignored this my suggestion. So this went on, and then later this realized this can be this a great way to do it if we collaborated. They already had this money and set aside. They decided to do it something else already with America 250, because America 250 was assigned to Pitt County for the 10,000, but we cannot use any money at all. So I cannot guarantee the providing, but this website and then this some other things is and then something I created email and then send it to you guys so this you can able to share, and then this just buy their digital copies you can share, but it's not physical copy at this time.
Thank you so much. That may be one of the areas where we can consider contributing to
Wow.
in terms of pamphlets. We don't have like tentative price costs, but in an area where we're seeking how we can help.
Oh,
I don't know, we do have a budget and we don't want to,
oh, yes.
go over our budget.
Yes,
But
absolutely.
contributing
Mhm.
to this project, that may be something we can talk about. I did have another question in terms of the prize money.
Mhm.
1,000 for
Grand
first
prize,
place,
yes.
and then 300 for second,
$500 for the,
500 for second place?
yeah, which is the grand prize is this, it doesn't matter, elementary, middle, high school,
Right.
or this all-around grand prize, $1,000.
1,000 grand
And
prize.
then middle school winners, middle and high school winner, $500. And then elementary level winners, $500. And then adult winner, $500. And then runner-up for for the elementary school, we have two $300.
Okay,
And then middle and high school, two $300, adult, two $300.
okay.
And then about, I think it is about five of this, $500 for this even same categories. And then we're going to just the certificate award, the recognition award, for this, some people were just still did a good job, and this, we're gonna be awarded it. So it'll be especially, it's nice for this students, elementary and middle school and high school students recognized by this local government or state government will be this excellent with this, that certificate.
Thank you so much. And we're excited about it. I'm
Yes,
excited.
thank you.
I am almost confident that the youth within Pitt County and surrounding areas would be excited about monetary
Yes.
awards for their creativity and their input in terms of America in the three components that you shared.
Yes.
And that is why a physical or visible, some sort of guide or document will help them push that along. So those were my main questions.
And meanwhile, I'll send you a link through this email, and this, so this, you can see the website. This will be very plain and clean information right there, this website. And then I'm going to sending in this video clips. We just create videos. This looks like very professional looking in two videos. One very simple, and this just a local type of a video. One is looks like a professional videos. We just created. You can see this, understand. It is the concepts of what we are doing, and will be good to go. Yes. So I'll send this maybe tonight. Or if it is possible, I can go to you this, I can give you thumb drive, and then you can, yes, this, here's thumb drives, but I can do that after this is over, then you can just store in your computer, so this will be good to go too.
I have one final question, and the digital picture, right? So is the requirement that all of the pictures presented be digital? Can't be physical or drawn or artwork? Just
Only
want to make sure.
Anybody can able to draw pictures, it's fine, but this after drawing, and you can take pictures.
Gotcha.
And then because you have to be submitted, we like to this, putting into this online, people can able to see even all over the United States easily. And we're gonna be this exhibited through this online first, and then through this physical, this exhibition, we can do that different places. So that is why this has to be digital. And because of it nowadays, it is a dika poem, or sometimes even haiku digital poem, or different names for it. So those things are is very popular. It is, people don't like to have it now, don't want to read the long version of this material. Short things they want to look, and then easily they want to take pictures. And it is anything they want to go around, take pictures, and then sometimes it can be one line of this, their expression, put it in there. And sometimes 5 lines expression, they put it in there. And so that's things that we do. And actually this, I am the poet, I'm writing a poem. I just published 2, this book, put it this poetry books. And one is a dika poem poetry books, I wrote it. So there's something related. So this, and maybe this is a very unique way of celebrating, and I don't think any other United States even have thought about this way. So this is only Pitt County doing it, and then we can grab the attention throughout the United States because, wow, that is a very unique way of celebrating America 250.
Well, I'd like to thank you for
Thank you.
coming and presenting in such a great way. Thank you so much.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate your time.
Thank you.
And, and so with that, we had, I believe, and I don't have the minutes in front of me, we did approve a motion to support the America 250. We just had questions because we wanted more clarity. How much would the prizes be? How, how many submissions? Those type of things were our questions. And so you then also gave the board an opportunity to ask additional questions. So I think that leaves us as a board, we can make a decision for a monetary contribution from our budget to support. We can do it tonight, or we can wait and maybe come back the next time and do it once we have, this is a board decision. Once we have had everything concretely processed, because right now we're processing, we are going to definitely support, but a definitive monetary value, we would maybe even have some time to convene, with you present and outside of your presence, so that we'll, be confident in what we wanted to do. So that's just my thought on it. Does anybody else have any thoughts?
I know we did have a conversation about 250, being that it was,
Mm-hmm.
So when would you need to know from us as far as, I guess, how we would be able to support? Okay. Okay.
Well, I feel we do have enough information to kind of move forward for an endorsement, and then since we've already discussed the 250, I would like.
I had one more question because I know Ms. Hawkins mentioned the promotion part of it as far as like the pamphlets. Is that something that y'all wanted to do?
Mr. Lee, have you presented in front of the school board?
No, I have not.
And the reason I ask is because they have leverage to get the information into the schools themselves. So is that something that you would be interested in doing perhaps? Yes, I think that would be good as far as your promotion, because then they can get into the schools, and then that's an expense that you will not have to incur. They can just get it to the students.
Yep. I believe their meetings are the first Monday of every month at 6:30. So just wanted to let you know that.
And you can sign up to speak public comment, to bring that forward to them. And, or like you said, you can, they have a community relations person contact that you can contact, and just letting them know that the launch would be in or around January. I think that that would be an amazing way to spread it throughout Pitt County.
And make sure that you ask about your junk drive, just in case they need to look at it ahead of time.
And so, right now, again, the pamphlets, I don't know if that would help. And thank you, Vice Chair, for providing that definitive number. I do recall we did say 250. And so, go ahead. If you would like to make a motion, if we are okay as a board to go ahead and go through with a motion, go for it.
Okay, I would like to make a motion that we endorse the American Poem 250 contest and also contribute a $250 donation.
I second that motion.
We have a motion made by Mrs. Gregory.
Have we previously made that motion on the monetary amount?
We discussed it.
Was there a motion? I thought there was a motion made.
I do not recall that definitively.
That's fine then, let's redo it.
I know
Yeah.
we said it, we did have it discussed, like, I think we did.
But it wouldn't hurt to do it again,
Yeah.
to have it definitively.
Right. Yeah, so.
So, no, yeah, so just, we'll have a double motion, yeah, so, yeah. So we had a motion made by Mrs. Gregory to endorse the America 250 poem contest, and with a contributing a monetary amount of $250. We had it seconded by Mrs. Leary. Can I have a show of hands in favor of the endorsement and monetary contribution from the board? We have all members present have raised their hand in favor, and so that motion passes. So, Mr. Lee, you will be receiving an endorsement from us as well as a 250 contribution. I don't know if you'd like this to be a letter of endorsement or whatever attached to that as part of your portfolio or whatever you need, but we have officially endorsed this, and we look forward as a Human Relations Board to expanding this in and throughout Winterville. And then we, as a board, will discuss the different facets and how to do that with your help and with Councilwoman Robertson as part of the Pitt County Human Relations Commission, as well as myself. So we will be looking forward to working with you throughout the entirety. Thank you so much. All right, any more discussion on the contest? If none, we are going to move to the next item, and that is board member general comments. And we will start with Ms. Board Member Mrs. Leary, who has any comments.
I don't have any comments.
Next, Gregory.
No, I don't have any comments.
Next, Vice Chair Carmen.
My only comment is we're gonna be meeting tomorrow at 2 to distribute the blankets, so if you are available, we'll probably meet here at the community room, not going inside, but we'll just meet there. And we'll be ready to pass out the blankets.
Board Member Bottoms, do you have any comments?
No comments.
Councilwoman Robertson, do you have any comments?
I'd like to make everybody aware that the Ministerial Alliance here in Winterville is sponsoring watch meeting services. We do it as a community at Haddocks out in the country, Ivy Road, not Haddocks on the highway, out in the country. On, of course, New Year's Eve, they will be serving breakfast or whatever at 9 o'clock. And this is made up of about 3 or 4 churches around in our community that come together, and the other churches are invited to be part of that. Also, you know, we have several Martin Luther King celebrations coming up in January. I don't know of one in Winterville. Reverend Turnish usually did the one in Winterville, but I don't know of any celebrations here in Winterville. Do any of you know of any celebrations that are going on in Winterville?
Ms. Robertson, over at Pitt Community College, which is in Winterville, they will have their MLK thing, and I will get that out
I hadn't
to
heard
council and this board.
I hadn't heard anything about it.
I just got it recently, that would have to run. I'll get it out.
So
I think that's a breakfast also.
did last year, did the Human Relations Board have a table?
Council had a table, but there was not a.
So how do we go about getting a table?
Council, I make arrangements for their table. So if, I don't know, since this board hasn't made one in the past, don't remember right offhand either what the cost of it is either. Let me get it out to y'all and then we can move forward on that.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
And so with that being said, I'm going to end with the comments and reiterating what Vice Chair Carmen was speaking of. The Human Relations Board did a season of giving project where this was the second year in which we gave out blankets to many of our elderly here in Winterville. There was a selected amount of blankets that we had and a selected amount of elderly residents that we thought could benefit from the season of giving. We will be trying to complete that mission tomorrow at 2 o'clock by going and giving those blankets and hoping that it not only warms our elders, but warms their hearts and letting them know that they are acknowledged, they are valued. I did also want to share and keep the board abreast of February coming, where we will be planning forward for a Black History program. We did talk about that in the November meeting. We touched on it. We were trying to solidify the location for down at the railroad, at the house at the railroad, to see if we could conduct the program there. Mr. Harvey, I don't know if we were able to secure that. We do have 2 dates, a date and a rain date or a second date. I don't have any of that in front of me. So moving forward, where we have our hard copies, we can reference that, but I did want to bring that up. I am also glad that Councilwoman Robertson brought up just acknowledgement and celebration for Martin Luther King's Day, which is January 19th, 2026, and that is quickly approaching. It is my hope and desire that the Human Relations Board can be ever so present at the Pitt Community College because this goes back to our mission statement in everything that we do, and that is what Martin Luther King promoted, which is promoting a community of whole person wellness, dignity, safety, equity, and inclusion for all citizens of Winterville. My last comment was, I know that when we were talking of candidates, we're no longer talking of candidates, college students, and 2 college students, 2 high school students with an availability to serve on this board in a volunteer capacity. With that being said, I know in the November meeting, it was mentioned that there was 1 applicant. I'm going to assume that that would be brought forth to the town council, but I would also like, I don't know, in the future, again, as we are on this board, we have never, I have never had today before. So what I'm doing today has never been done. When we have candidates, can they possibly be shared with us, presented, can we look over, or does that have to be preceded to the town council, then to us? I don't know how that works in the past, this is what has been done. But in terms of college and high school, right now, well, the last meeting we had 1. Do we have another? How do we calculate or confirm applications that are coming in? Again, in terms of my daughter, she, will be coming and speaking, if her heart desires, at the next town council meeting to how she feels and her position in terms of wanting to volunteer. But that was my question, Mr. Harvey. In terms of applications, how do we as a board know? I don't even need to know the names or whatever. How do we know if all the applications are filled in? How do we know how this is getting out? Can we have some physical applications to pass around? How do we continue to keep this train rolling as opposed to it's not spoken about?
Ms. Hawkins, I have a question.
Yes.
Did you say that we have 2 additional applicants?
So there was 2 high school, and then was 2 college. If I'm not mistaken, in November, Mr. Harvey, please help me to recall that there was 1 application for college.
There are 2 seats, 2 for high school students and 2 seats for college students that can, at town council's approval, can go on the board.
And we have 2 applications in for those
That
seats?
I have to check what we have in-house right now. I don't think we have 2 of
I think I
each.
was looking for some clarity. So we have two spots, and we can take applications, but our children, if we're on the board, cannot apply?
I'm not stating that, no.
Oh, okay.
Let me say this. I have given this a lot of thought during the past month or so.
And I just want to be clear, I was absent at the last meeting, so I'm trying to get clear.
I'm trying to get some clarity too. Now, are we talking, they cannot be a voting member of the board, no matter what.
Right, right.
No one said they couldn't volunteer. They can volunteer. They can come to the meetings and they can volunteer. That's not prohibited. But they're not voting members no matter what.
Correct.
So therefore, that does not exclude anybody that wants to volunteer. Your daughter has been volunteering ever since I can remember. At least I thought that's what she was doing. She was volunteering with this board. That is not prohibited. That does not need approval by anybody. We have volunteers around that help with different things. So, as far as that's concerned, she can keep on doing what she's been doing.
Councilwoman Robertson, respectfully, and I don't want to go all the way back down in memory lane, she has been volunteering. Yes, she has. she did apply for a college, college application, the proper protocol that was given, and the proper protocol was to recommend her. If I can recall, on the October meeting, when she was recommended, it was you, Councilwoman Robertson, who said, "That's your daughter. I don't want it to be deemed favoritism."
I asked you if it was your daughter, and you
Yeah.
affirmed it,
Sure,
you know. So it was not clear to everyone at first that she was your daughter.
sure.
And so, but like I said, I've been thinking about this, and nothing precludes her from being involved. Like, she's been involved. There's nothing that keeps her from doing that.
Right,
She
so
can keep
with,
right on doing it. And, you know, of course, she's getting experience volunteering. She's learned about town government. She's seeing how government runs. And she's getting an experience that a lot of our students don't really get, because she's actually getting involved in a board. And I don't, at her age, I know I didn't understand town government to that point. I probably wasn't even interested because of what was going on. But she can keep on doing what she's doing.
thank you, and I appreciate you saying that, but that is why we're going around this in circles. I do not want it to be deemed in any manner that I am trying to, say anything different. That is exactly what I was saying in October, and that is exactly what I was saying in the former Human Relations Board meeting. She is a college student here in Winterville who followed proper protocol to apply to volunteer. And that is what we want to do, invest in our youth. And I thank you for thinking about it, because, our youth, she's a young adult, are looking to our seasoned government officials for that support. She's looking to this board for support, and I don't want it to be deemed like I was mistaken when I heard it being asked, "Is that your daughter?" And you don't want it to be deemed favoritism. It's not favoritism. It is simply enrichment, and it is helping her. And so I thank you for that as we're moving into a new year. And with that being said, I believe everybody in Winterville who wants to volunteer should. And the limit of 2 college, 2 high school, that is what precluded us to having her to have to apply when nobody else applied. And so again, I thank you for that, but I don't want it to be mistaken like I was making this up. This is what occurred, and I addressed it. And so we are on the same page now. And so I want every young adult, high school, college, middle school, whomever you are, just like Mr. Lee said, they are the future leaders. They need to be encouraged to volunteer. And so that brings me back to my question. With these applications, are they applying? Do the town council have to approve? And that's what you shared before. That is the authority of the town council to approve. And they have the final say. I'm
It
glad
might be
you
that
had
we
some
would like
thought.
to change our bylaws.
We're gonna have to. I
Change the
agree.
bylaws. Or, we're going to, now our town council, of course, we're gonna have our retreat in January.
Sure.
And this could come from the Human Relations Board, that they would like to change, that you all, because, I'm not voting, that's why I say you all, not anything other than that you would like the bylaws to be changed. We're looking at some other things around town, like rules and stuff. And so it could be that we consider this in that meeting, that we don't need that extra layer of, whatever, we just leave it as the board, and if the students want to volunteer, that's fine. And we wouldn't have an application thing. That could be something that we do. Of course, you know, I'll talk, but I do not have the power to, make recommendations from this board. But I know that that would be an opportunity to do that.
So for clarification, we can accept these applications from students to volunteer on the Human Relations Board without voting power. That child can also be a child of a Human Relations Board.
There's no restriction.
No restrictions, okay. I think the application was to kind of give them a term limit. You may volunteer maybe a year
And-
or two so that everyone can have that opportunity. And also I'm hearing that the council will meet just to make sure that their bylaws agree with what we just said.
If you, because I'm saying you,
Mm-hmm.
because it has to come from the board.
Correct.
If you request that the council look at those bylaws, then we can do it we've got a session in January where we're going to be, looking at bylaws and stuff like that. I think it's during our retreat.
Thank you, Ms. Robinson and Ms. Hawkins, for that clarification for me.
I have one other thing that, I'm sorry, I did not bring up. Pitt County is honoring Mr. Harry Teal, who was the, person named in the 1965 thing about segregation of schools. And, I told them that, Councilwoman Shan Hawkins was the NAACP representative. And so I'm gonna ask you this right now. I'm gonna ask you, I said that I would contact you. They're having trouble finding out who the et al. Is. You know a soup, it has a person's name, and then they have et al. They don't know who the other names are. And if you could contact the NAACP Legal Defense Fund to see if you can get some more names. If not, they're going to honor him in February. And he's still alive, he's still vital, getting around. And, I'll bring that actual date for it back to you later. So I'm quite sure there'll be some publicity about it.
I would absolutely be honored to look into that and see who the et al. Was, but that should be in historical records in North Carolina. This is something that could easily be looked up, but yes, I am a representative for the Pitt County Human Relations Board. As the NAACP representative. There was also, I believe, another member of the Human Relations, Pitt County Human Relations Commission who said that he was taking that on. I do not have his name in front of me,
Yes,
but that
several.
was his task. What was the result of his task?
Well,
He couldn't
we're
find-
gonna have it, and, they've run into some problems with federal courts records and stuff like that, and no one's been able to locate who the other people were. And they did want to make a concerted effort to locate them, just in case that, you know, some of them are around, make sure they don't leave anybody out.
Sure,
But the
and
reception is gonna be, I'll get the dates and the place.
so again, this is public record, and I don't know what the barrier is in finding that, but I would be more than happy to look into it and to reach out to some members of the state NAACP who may have that. And if not, we probably need to proceed without them. I don't think having them would restrict us from acknowledging Mr. Teal and what he has done. But if we don't, as well as his family members being there, was there since we are speaking about it, was there a specific date in February?
I don't have that date. I'll have to send it, I'll get it, send it to Don, or either forward it to you and you can share it with the group.
Okay. Excuse me, I have a question. We stated that we was gonna have the Black History Program. It's a love thing, February the 7th, or February the 21st as the alternate date. Our next meeting is the 22nd of Jan. If we meet on the 22nd of Jan, how are we gonna plan a program 2 weeks later?
So,
Our last meeting, we stated that we would have the Black History Program It's a love thing, February the 7th at 5 p.m. The alternate date, we have February the 21st at 5 p.m. Our next meeting is not until the 22nd of next month.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bottoms. And what we said on that last meeting in terms of being efficient with time constraints, we know that that is quickly approaching, and that is why, one reason why we have a live document with planning. We did also designate various board members to reach out to someone at Pitt Community College. I do not have that up in front of me, as well as two other people. On that live document, we're supposed to be planning steadily. We do have the location, we do have the date and the alternate dates. But what we do, and I thank you, we need to move forward. Because we sat and we said, okay, we're gonna have this person, this person, this person. We need to reach out to those people. And that is on that live document, and I did share it. I can share it again when I get home. And it shows who the designee is, who was to reach out to actually. Then we will, once we confirmed these persons speaking, we had someone who would do spoken word, dance. Once we have that confirmed, then we can compile our program. So that is a good question. When we come back for our January meeting, it is our hopes that we have that compiled with Thanksgiving, with Christmas, and us doing season of giving. That is what we have been doing, and that's why we did talk about the Black History program in our previous meeting. Does any other board member want to add to that? But I do agree that just, having some concrete things in place as we are planning, we need to be diligent in that. But we do have a document. It shows what we have done and what we are planning to do. That is something that we have set in place. And if there's no further, is there any further discussion in terms of the Black History program and planning forward? I do not have that document in front of me. Okay. So Vice Chair Carmen will confirm her contact person, and I think Mrs. Roach we had designated.
I think I'm responsible for the building, checking on the building, and that stuff. But I thought that we had the conversation that the town would check on the expense because they get to use it for free or something. I don't have my notes to go back on. Is that kind of how that Yes.
Yes, the depot. That's something we were waiting.
Because that's an expense that the town doesn't have to incur, right? So we were trying to see if we were able to also have that waived for us.
Yeah. And for those dates, Mr. Bottoms has the date.
7th, and alternate date the 21st.
And so when we meet again in January or before January, we will have more things solidified moving forward to that. Now, with that second date, if we arrive here in January and we are still, not solidified, perhaps we can move to that alternate date of the 21st, but we had that wiggle room. And then with Mr. Harvey confirming the depot, if you can confirm, that if we won't have to incur any costs, and then also if there's availability, that will help us as well.
And so what I'll do for you, Mr. Harvey, to help is I will reach out with the information, the dates, and forward that to you on if it's even available. Then you can reach out to them asking, that portion as well.
My other question is, at what point are we planning on putting this information out to the public?
And that's a great question, and I know in the past you've helped with keeping me abreast of that. Mr. Bottoms, he says, this is a resource. You can put it in the newspaper. You can, post it on different social media. And so once we get the date solidified, and we have confirmation from Vice Chair Carmen as well as other board members, maybe within the next week or so, then we can go ahead and start pushing it out. I think it'll all come together.
With that being said, I noticed things like our baseball games and the watermelon festivals, they are put up on signage that is temporary. Who is in charge of that? Is that planning and zoning?
Those things come through Parks and Rec.
Park and Recs and,
As far as a sign up, but. I
well,
can
they
talk
make them
about-
with like the PVC
Signage,
piping,
banner.
and they're just, usually around Winterville, so
Oh,
that,
those
yes.
things. Willie Gay does those.
I don't know, who is that?
He's here in our office
Down.
So is
here in
that,
Town Hall.
so is that something that the Human Relations Board could utilize as,
Potentially,
okay,
potentially.
so do I? or
Him
do
being
you
able
do-
to get it done, and having the frames that aren't already in use would be several factors that would need to be looked into before, for that to occur.
And is it possible that, either myself or you can contact, if I need to contact, I just need that phone number?
Let me clarify this.
Uh-huh.
I serve as liaison on this board.
Okay,
That's what it means. I'm in between the board and the town board. So when you want things like that, it should be that you tell me to contact the people. I'm not, don't get me wrong,
No,
I'm
you're
not
fine.
upset. I just want us to be together on what we're doing.
you're
That
fine.
things like that, it should, I know Mr. Harvey, he loves to have work out on, I know that. But you're supposed to give it to me and then let me take it in.
Would you please take that in for us?
I don't mind doing it.
Thank you so much, I appreciate
Ask him
that.
about the signs,
Mhm.
or getting seeing about the depot. I
That is
can get in
perfectly
touch
fine.
with the people that they.
Excellent.
And the only reason I
Then-
asked about the depot, because it was a conversation we
Well,
had before.
Yeah, I just,
It's cool. It's good.
clarity is
Yeah,
what I hear all the
I do appreciate
time,
that.
and doing things in order.
I thank you.
That's why I serve on this board, is just to do that. Councilwoman Hawkins was not Councilwoman Hawkins when she first came on this board. So we needed, that's part of the organizational plan for this board. So I don't mind doing it.
Okay, I
It's just an
appreciate
email.
that. I appreciate
It's just
that.
an email. So we can do that. And I don't think it bothers you that I do it, do it? Okay. And the depot, I'm supposed to check on the 7th and 21st, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And then Councilwoman Robertson, as you serve as liaison, and as you just shared, those are some areas that you could take on in representation for the board. If there are additional things that you can do or a list that we could have at our disposal, then we'll know, hey, we can reference that. Or with you being present, thank you for bringing that to our attention, because I didn't know, and I've been on this board for a few years, of what falls under liaison in terms of duties and carrying out things. What I thought it encompassed was you being present, you being part of the activities, and then sharing that with the council, and then, back and forth. But if there are additional advantages to you being liaison, we would like to take advantage of that. So if there is a list, or if there is a list that can be constructed, I would like to have that. Okay, Mr. Bottoms, are you good with us having, and that's what we also do, we do have a roadmap for what we have been planning. We were trying to be more efficient and effective during this year, and we created a roadmap in January. That roadmap have been shared, but we have a live document going into that.
I think with, Mr. Bottom's concern, I agree with that. I think we may need to, how soon, Ms. Robinson, can you check on the people?
I'll check on today, Thursday. I could shoot an email to, Riggs Jesse, he keeps the calendar.
And then also with the signage or the banners that can go
Well,
around.
my concern is the date. That's what I'm trying to get solidified tonight.
I think we should just push it back to
The
February 21st.
And use that date as the date that we ask for those.
But you'll
things
have
that
it
we
all
need.
day. Yeah, you'll have it all day.
And so we have already made a motion, so we do have that date for February 21st. And so with us having February 21st, we still, now that we are moving it, do we need to make an alternate date from that? Or not? I like to always have something to fall back on, but do we need to, well, because right now we do have the 21st.
So I don't think there would be an alternate date unless we took it to March. So I think it's
And
gonna
we'll
have to be
keep
the
it in
21st.
February.
21st is on what, Saturday?
Yeah, we're having a leap year. 28th is a leap. Okay. 29, okay. All right, okay, all right. Felt like a leap year. Okay, all right. So the 21st, okay, that's 5 o'clock, okay. And then that is also contingent, once we get our guests and we get things finalized in terms of if they could come a certain time, we're gonna plan around the 5 o'clock.
Okay. So let's at least we can solidify our date, because we can always
Yes,
do the time.
yeah. And do we need to make another motion? We know okay, because we got the 20, so the 21st is going to be the date for the Black History program. All right, okay. And so if there's no more discussion, I was making my comments and then we veered off. I just want to finalize my comments by saying this indeed is a human relations board. And on a human relations board, you have a collection of human beings, and showing and modeling relations. And with that being said, it is not cookie cutter, it is not robotic. It is human beings fighting for what is right, fighting for our very mission, right? Fighting for dignity, safety, equity, inclusion of all citizens, whole person wellness of Winterville. And so that is what I hope we intend to continue to do, and we do that through discussion, and I hope we model this well enough that youth, elderly, and everybody in between will come and want to join us, not only here during our meetings, but out and about in the community to which we are, which we are launching out to in our different activities and events. If there are no more comments, I'm going to ask for a motion to adjourn our December meeting from one of the board members.
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I second that motion.
I have a motion by Vice Chair Carmen and seconded by Board Member Leary. Can I have a show of hands in agreement to this motion to adjourn? We have a unanimous vote, and the meeting is adjourned. I wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Be blessed, love on your family, and see everyone as human. Thank you.
Already here. It had to